Hello Young Justice fans, Dark Superboy here with another video on our beloved superhero series. Today we are going to be breaking down the information and images released really early for us for the final 3 episodes of Young Justice Outsiders. Let's begin. Okay, so first things first, let's point out, yes, this is several days earlier, but it's only because a new final trailer promo has been released on DC Universe, and we've also got the synopsis, so I'm going to combine those, and maybe we'll get some future images for me to break down as well, so I'll turn it into a part 2 as well if we get that. But let's begin. So episode 24 synopsis. Into the breach, the Outsiders make one last attempt to save Halo and the galaxy. Obviously, this is going to be in reference to the Outsiders trying to team up to save Halo and the team and the Justice League from the Granny Goodness's control. And I love the fact that it's come full circle since season 1, because it is now a different teenager team saving the Justice League from the control of an evil mad person. So yes, loving that little full circle moment. Episode 25. Overwhelmed. Artemis and Connor journey back to their paths. I'm guessing this is in reference to Artemis going back to Wally's death and being a bit conflicted of how she feels towards Will and Leanne. I'm also very confused with how they've managed to solve the entire problem of Granny and the anti-life equation in one episode. I'm not liking that. That is such a big build-up and such an anticlimactic ending if it's resolved in episode 24 of a 26 series. It's just like, bam, done. Oh, they've solved it in one episode. Yes, I know there was mention in the second, for the last 2 episodes, it's building that. But again, they've only had it for 1 episode before this, and they haven't actually used it on any anti-life equation on anyone but the Justice League and the team. So yeah, I'm hoping that's still going somewhere. But back to episode 25, Overwhelmed. Yeah, so I'm guessing this is Artemis going back to the grave and trying to sum up her feelings to obviously speak to possibly Wally's grave. And I'm glad if this is true, I'm fine and glad we get to see some Spitfire moments in depth here, because it's just been 1 or 2 bits. I've seen Dick have more emotional trauma on Wally's death than Artemis has. So if this episode dedicates half of that, but its runtime to that, I'm all for it. As for Connor's journey back to their past, I'm not too sure about that. It could be in reference to him being a Cadmus clone, or anything like that. I'm not too sure. Or maybe Connor's going back with Artemis in support for her, which begs the question, what happened to Miss Martian in that time? Episode 26, Nevermore. Things come full circle in the season finale. Now, due to the images I've already seen and which I will be breaking down for you today, that is obviously in reference to Brion and Terra going back to Markovia and finishing what Baron Bedlam started by trying to take over Markovia. But yes, we'll get to that in a moment. So let's start off with trying to break down some of the images we've seen from Outsiders promo and put them into context. So first things first is we've got Lex Luthor, Deathstroke and the Light overseeing a holographic of a castle, which is obviously going to be episode related to the final episode involving Baron Bedlam and the team going back to Markovia, and they're implying that they know what the team will be doing. And when they say the board is set, it obviously means it's referring to Markovian Castle, informs to Baron Bedlam, because although they've been helping him, I think there's an ulterior motive of what they're going to be doing here. Next image is the team, Violet, Forager, Superboy, Nightwing and Artemis in their covert op masks, confronting Baron Bedlam. So this again is not going to be an official League action, which brings me to the point I was getting to of, if the light can show the team introducing a coup to a country, the light's got them on that hook, line and sinker, because no government on the world is going to approve of metahumans interfering in governmental politics or subverting the will of their government, any country's government, whether or not that is a dictatorship or not. Every country's going to freak out about that, and everyone's country is going to shut down the team in a league. How they're going to know about this, I am going to continue on later. You've got Terra and Baron Bedlam in a fight. Now, if Baron Bedlam's there, what happened to Brianna and Terra's brother? Maybe he's as well, because if the Baron's more than happy to kill off the royal parents, a cousin or two is not going to be much of an ethical problem for him, which leads them into a two fight. Also, if they defeat Baron Bedlam, because Brianna is still exiled, who's going to be in charge of Markovia? Terra. And what could Terra do as new leader of Markovia? Call out the team for their interference, and therefore brings them into the light, and obviously in violation of all the ethical codes and UN sanctions. So maybe that is how Terra will betray the team, by taking them down from the inside. Again, this is only speculation. Next we have Rhino Beast Boy versus Granny Goodness in Overlord's confinement field, protecting them from the X-Pit. And we know they are in the X-Pit because if you look in the background, you see no buildings or any structures of any sort, of which you could see in the past episodes when she activated the field to protect her from the anti-life equations taking over the Justice League. So somehow Beast Boy has got into the X-Pit, which obviously leads into the next image after Granny trounces a rhino, which is very concerning, and then punches him in the face. The next image of the team all in the X-Pit. Now we do see a small teleportation field occur before that, and actually in the location of the North Pole, because you can actually see the Northern Lights in the background with the team surrounding some sort of piece of machinery. So I'm guessing they are on a mission themselves, doing some work protecting something in the North Pole. Hey, maybe we'll see Dr. Light. He likes going around the North Pole because of the Northern Light thing, so maybe we'll see him. And then being teleported down into a field. Now obviously the cut makes it misleading as to potential going into X-Pit straight away, but if you notice at the bottom it is a green light, not the yellow light of a boom tube or the yellow or orange. So this could be 13 summoning them via Satana's magical teleportation to bring them to the Tower of Fate to tell them that the team has been taken over. And that is where they would then mount up a rescue, because it's all of those guys plus Victor, who has the ability to boom tube, and if they still have the coordinates from last episode, they know where to go. How they're going to defeat the entire team and Justice League, not a clue. Halo, Victor and Leanne being confronted by Metron. I think this is the B plot for episode 25, because Leanne is normally with Artemis and Will. Will's probably on security, so Leanne has been left with those guys whilst Artemis goes and sorts her overwhelmed emotions out, and this also gives her an opportunity to talk to Will, therefore removing Leanne from the equation, because that would be a bit of an awkward conversation. Maybe they're on out walking and having a chat, and then Metron comes in, and then in confrontation of obviously Violet's ability to manipulate the anti-life equation, he obviously is going to see that as a major danger for all sentient life. So he obviously is going to confront Violet and another Father Box human hybrid, Victor Stone. So that is why in the next image he takes them. And unfortunately he takes Leanne with them, so fingers crossed she stays alive. We do know in the comics sometimes they mistakenly killed her off, so please let her be okay. And then in the background you have some sort of green monkey. Now this could be Beast Boy in monkey form entertaining Leanne, or this could be, and this is a long shot here, the monkey from the Wonder Twins. Would be absolutely brilliant if that was true, but probably unlikely. Nope, actually that's everything. Yeah, so that's my breakdown of all the images so far, and into context what images go into what episodes. These are all of my thoughts and theories of the way, by the way, so I don't expect any of this to be spoilerish because I still have no clue what's going on. But please leave your thoughts and comments below. I've been Dark Superboy. This has been a video of Young Justice. Please like, comment and subscribe, and as always, let hope burn bright. Bye.